Trae Young became huge internationally when he waved New York bye-bye in the
No, that
playoffs.
was a big deal. But then when I look at
That's
Trae
when he
Young's
became
stats,
that's when he became no,
not
what
his
I'm
stat,
saying,
but Trae Young awards.
that's when he became a national brand when everybody knew about him when he did that in the Madison Square Garden in the Mecca. That's when he put his name on the map.
Yeah.
So it's about so it's about that.
Now consider this, guys. And I think this is probably the sweet spot. And no pun intended on what I'm gonna say. There is a sweet spot that's in between all
Yes.
star, superstar, and that's where a lot of these players
Thank
are
you.
at. They
Darren, you are
right there in
huge.
that
Yes.
sweet spot. That's what I think it is. I think Trae Young.
Yep.
I'm gonna say for me, I think his nickname is pushing you towards superstardom. Everybody know Trae Young got nickname. I mean, we got Ant-Man, we got we got the Trae Young,
Ice
Ice
Trae.
Trae.
That a lot of that had to do with him being in Atlanta as well, though, because you don't get
Even
Quavo
Luke,
and them making songs about you if you're not here, if you're not in the city.
But you got a
even
ball
Luke,
though.
Yeah, no, for sure, it fit.
even Luca got a hookah Luca. even though it's a negative nickname, but I think when just getting the nickname alone, cause that means people watching you. People it's going beyond the court, and like I said, those are the things that's pushing you towards stardom, whether it be positive or negative. I think Ant-Man, I really think what also contributes to him getting pushed up to that point is that, the whole Atlanta thing. That's a big deal. So I don't know. It's to me, it's a sweet spot. It's a whole sweet spot to these players, man. That in between, you do have your all stars and you got your superstars, but there are some that are pushing the brink. They just like one step away. Some of them don't want to be in the limelight. Ant-Man don't want to be in the limelight. He don't want. I remember Stephen A. was saying he should be the face of the NBA, and he was like, nah, ain't that what y'all got win before? He don't want to be in the limelight like that. So maybe he don't want to be a superstar. I don't know, but I think that plays into it.
It's expectations that come with it in regards to being a role model that come with it, and it's almost like when Charles Barkley say, "I am not a role model." That was what he was saying when he said, "Oh, I don't want to be the face of the NBA." He was just saying, "Don't look at me as your role model because I'm doing this and doing. I'm still young, having fun. So y'all want me to be the superstar, or y'all want me to be the face of the NBA." I don't think that he turning down being the face. He just don't want to show up and do all of the things that's necessary of being the face of the NBA. And you see how they treat LeBron. Not to say that LeBron ain't earned everything that he's got and some of the decisions that he's made. However, they act like LeBron ain't been carrying the league for a long time and taking the blame on things for a long time, because everybody can't take that type of pressure and take that type of doubt and take that type of criticism year in, year out. Most players gonna fold or crack or just bow out over time, and they start second guessing themselves. But even when LeBron win, you still got people like Skip Bayless talking bad about him for so long. So that's where I think Ant-Man meant, or what he felt when he's like, I ain't trying to be the face of the NBA. But
Well, then he can't then.
yeah.
Well,
But
then he can't.
he win a
and then
ring.
he can't be a super. And then he can't be a superstar.
But it's some people that got it and
You
some
got it.
people that don't. And he got it to the point where it don't even, like Charles Barkley said, I'm not a role model. It didn't matter. Charles Barkley's still a superstar. Even to
Is Kevin
right
Durant
now.
a superstar?
Absolutely. Kevin
Yes.
Durant is a superstar based on his skill, based on his shoot.
That's it, though.
Based on his skill, based on his shoot. Now he got his own personality to the point
No,
where
he
you
does
can't
not.
just
No, he
talk.
does not.
You can't just talk to Kevin Durant any type of way.
I know, but he doesn't have a personality that says he's a superstar. What I'm saying, Vaughn, is so many criteria. And you're right, Darren is right. So many criteria because Kevin Durant reminds me. He puts me in the mode of the Joker and Giannis.
No.
Hold on. Hear me. They are superstars just because of their talents.
But that's nobody say they want to be like Joker. Nobody say they want to be like Giannis.
Oh, nobody said they want to be a 6'10" ball that can go.
It's not.
Giannis?
It's unrealistic. It's unrealistic.
No, I feel you with Joker, but not. It's unrealistic with Kevin Durant, a 6'10" shooter.
You seen these boys now? They 6'7" at 13, and all they want to do is shoot. They don't want to get in the paint and bang no more.
That's fool's gold. That's fool's gold.
But that's why I said Durant. I'm telling you, from growing up, Just like
Okay.
they love Melo. People love Melo. Other than Melo, anybody that I know that
LaMelo
like
Ball or
no.
Anthony?
The Carmelo Anthony.
I know who you were talking about.
Carmelo
Yeah.
Anthony. Just like everybody that loved Carmelo Anthony loved Kevin Durant until maybe after he made that decision to leave to go to Golden State. Some of them still liked him after that. Me, I love Kevin Durant prior to the Golden State era, and then because I was an OKC fan, then
Yeah,
him
but
leaving.
Vaughn, it's just because of his skill set, though.
No, people love his shoes. People was wearing
No,
the Durants.
Darren is trying to say to you, and I'm trying to say to you, and correct me, I don't want to put words in your mouth. What I'm trying to say, Vaughn, is that no. All superstar personality, box office, and what you do off the court, like Steph Curry, that little swag and all that is more than just him shooting. It's more than just his skill. Michael Jordan was more than just his skill.
Durant used to do the what's every time he hit the three.
I don't know anything outside of Durant making him a superstar, which I do agree. He is a superstar. I don't know anything outside of Kevin Durant that makes him a superstar other than his skill set.
Well, all he would do is show up and play basketball. He don't have to. He didn't have to.
That's what I'm saying to you. That's
the
what I'm
difference
saying.
is, it's a lot of players that try and get into fashion. They trying to get into all these other things to try and make them a superstar, rather than your game speak for itself. You a superstar because other people wish they could had a skill set of you. It's players 7 feet tall that won't get in the paint because of Kevin Durant, and they want to play like Kevin Durant. It's not players saying that they want to play like Giannis.
Why are the two guys in Boston not superstars?
Some people would say Jason Tatum was a superstar prior to the Achilles. So
see,
I just don't. I think it's a skill set. I don't think he's on Kevin Durant.
Jason
I don't
Tatum
think
doesn't
he's on
like
Kevin
anything.
Durant's level. I don't think he's
No, me
on Kevin
either.
Durant level. I don't think he's on LeBron James level. I don't think he on. When we talking about the ones that's a superstar, I don't think they there yet. I think they got close. They definitely won a championship, but they just had a better team. They couldn't have carried no team to the finals by themselves.
Was Anthony Davis ever close to being a superstar?
Ever
See,
close? New Orleans. I mean, he had the brow. He had people wearing
Was Chris Paul ever a superstar?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure. Come on, Chris Paul.
No, I agree with you. We were just talking, Vaughn. I'm not disagreeing, but I mean, we can move the goalposts. That's what I'm saying. That I don't want. It's almost like the Hall of Fame, and when it's watered down, I don't want to put everybody. To your point, Vaughn, I'm backing you up. That we don't need to water down this superstar thing.
No,
we don't need to water
issue
down.
is
Let
people
everybody
think
in.
that James Harden was a superstar, or James Harden superstar, because that era had so many superstars that had their own personality, had their own thing going on. They think because somebody now is good, they was good for your team. Oh yeah, they was a superstar. No, they wasn't. They was the franchise player, but Trae Young was not a superstar. That's where I go, and not to call out Trae Young.
Yes, he was.
When?
He was. When he waved New York bye-bye.
No, that was a big time. That was a big time moment, but that don't make him the superstar.
No, but he didn't sustain it. You're right. He didn't sustain it, but he was. Yeah, okay.
If I'm then Robert Horry was a superstar when he hit the big.
No,
three.
not even close. Not even close.
But that's what I'm saying. You telling me one moment made somebody. No, if you was a superstar, you was a superstar.
It was not one moment. That's a whole series, and he lived up to the billing with the All-Star in the next year. But
so is Indiana who he got hurt?
No, he got a lot to do. Halliburton, he's got a lot more to do.
Did he not put the choke up and hit game winners in the same predicament?
Yeah, no, he's not a superstar.
But did he not hit more game winners in the playoffs? He did the same thing Trae did. So if he ain't no superstar, based on his run and what he just did, then when was Trae a superstar?
Hey, Darren.
Yes, sir.
I got the ultimate question for you and Vaughn about this, and I'm not disagreeing. We're just talking, but I got the ultimate question, and I'll say a lot, and I'll jot down in my book a lot about this when y'all answer. Was or is Kawhi Leonard a superstar?
Is
I think.
currently. Well, I'm gonna let Darren go. We got
Has he
4
ever
minutes,
been?
Darren.
Hold on, Darren. I'm not even talking about currently. Has Leonard ever been a superstar, Darren?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. I think so, and I don't even fault him,
And
man.
that was all on skill set.
The claw. But even his personality of being like,
No,
no,
no, Vaughn,
listen.
don't
When
do
I say
that. Don't do that, Vaughn.
personality, I'm not saying his personality is like Ant-Man. I'm saying his personality of him being him was a whole trending thing. Like they do memes and act like he a robot, so which made
Even when
him
he
a
laughed
super.
that
Yeah,
time.
even his
Yeah.
laugh. So even
Yeah.
he got the New Balance shoe. Like yes, the
That
claw is a new.
oh
The claw is a superstar.
oh my
That's
God.
what I,
Okay.
that's why
Okay.
that's
Okay.
why I said when it transcends beyond the court to mainstream to society to pop culture, those are some of the main aspects that some of these players are missing. Like I don't like I said, Joker, he's right there, but you don't see him. Joker to me just a dead man walking, man. No, nothing bad. It's like he's just boring. He's just boring, man. He's a very, very, very good player, but he's boring when it comes to the social world, man. And I don't see him. I don't see him outside the court. I do not see him. He's a phenomenal player. But then you got, I just think that's a main element to superstardom, man. Is what are you doing outside of the court that everybody's embracing, everybody's looking for you, everybody's seeing you. Whether you know like Kawhi Leonard, I wouldn't follow Kawhi Leonard, but if it wasn't for that being with Atlanta, I would never even knew who Kawhi Leonard was.
We're gonna dismiss a lot of this, Darren, because I think I'm the oldest, and I would consider myself the leader of who all are talking on this now. I'm going to put out some homework, and this is the homework. This is the athletic homework, Darren. You there, Darren?
Yeah, he listening.
All right. Superstar. Top 3 requirements of being a superstar. I thought about being just top 2 because we can get carried away because we do get carried away when we say 4 and 5 attributes of a superstar. It can be watered down. Vaughn, you, me, Darren, are top 3 categories of what makes a superstar. That's non-negotiable. And then we can see how many people fits our bill, because we can go on and on. Because you're right, the overall numbers, box office, skill set. Does he impact the game? Does he have a shoe deal and all that? But the top 3, Darren, your top 3 non-negotiables of a superstar. Because I think Vaughn, you can't see the screen that Vaughn had it perfectly. All-star um, all-star versus
Oh,
superstar.
superstar. Yep.
It's a fine line. It's a very
Yeah.
fine line. But I don't want no research from Google. I don't want anybody. Savon Williams, me, and you, Darren. You guys' top 3 requirements that you say a superstar or not. And we can't do it right now because we can't even think about all the players and whether y'all guys want to go currently or whatever, how you want to do it. But I just want to have those specific requirements, what it takes to be a superstar.
Darren, Joe just said he wanted the top requirements. You don't have to necessarily be right now. We might have to do some research. But you say top 3 or top 2, Joe?
What do you want to do, Vaughn? I mean, I don't want it to get watered down. I don't. That's why I limited it
It
to
has
3.
to be 3 because 2 is only.
Okay.
I would say at least 3. Top 3.
At least 3.
Categories
I just don't want it to be watered down.
that would consider somebody a superstar. Because Darren, you can't necessarily see it, but on the topic that it says all-star versus superstar. So if somebody check off these 3 boxes, it's hands down they a superstar. It's no.
There you go.
That's what we are trying to figure out.